also just means that these products are damn good. It has hit pan, it fell on the floor, and it completely broke apart. That's how much I love it. It's a dream. Finally, something that took over Muscle Wonders. Hi guys, welcome to my best of 2024 makeup edition. So I think this year I didn't really experiment that much with makeup. You guys might actually see a lot of repeats from previous years, but that also just means that these products are damn good. Let's get started with how I usually do my makeup. The first step I do is not to prime. I actually am not really someone that likes to prime with makeup products. I like to prime with skincare products. If you're interested in my best of 2024 skincare, you can go and check out that video. But the first step I usually do is I color correct. And you guys will have probably seen me use this to death. It's the JUNGSAEMMOOL Artist Concealer Palette in Blend. So this one comes with many different colors. I would say the formula wise is not really like the best concealer formula out there, but I really like the convenience of all of the shades in there. I use these two shades for under my eyes a lot. This for highlight, this for yellowness around the sides of my mouth. Green is mainly for my redness around the sides of my nose or my acne marks. So this JUNGSAEMMOOL palette, something that if you're already no longer a beginner when it comes to makeup, you will definitely love this. But other than that, if you're still a beginner, you want something that is easy and you feel like you have a lot of redness, you can go in with color correcting primers or like green tone sunscreens. Basic has a really nice one. After color correcting, I'll go in with foundation. Definitely want to recommend to you guys the Piccasso tool. This is the foundation spatula. It helps to thin out your foundation and you can kind of spread it so evenly across the entire face. I do think this one also requires a little bit of skill to maneuver it. If you are someone that likes that very everyday, very natural skin-like finish, definitely need to own something like this. But do take note, this will get confiscated if you bring it on a hand carry on a plane. Mine has gotten confiscated quite a few times because I forgot to take it out or check it in. I've got 3 foundations this year. I try my best to narrow it down. The first one, I will not be able to not include this into my best of 2024 uemura's Tsuya Serum Foundation. This foundation is a dream. If you are someone that likes to have that very natural glow from within type of look without the greasiness or the shine, something that lasts really long, it's light to medium coverage. It just makes your skin look 3 times better. It goes on so light. The coverage, the color correcting, the pore care, it's all so beautiful. It wears more and more beautiful across the day and the hours. The OG, the one that I have been reaching out the most in 2024 would be the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is the type of foundation that I will go to if I don't want to think so much about what product to choose, because I know this is gonna last me through all sorts of sweat, tears, rain, and it's not gonna budge, it's not gonna crease. It's got a medium coverage, so I love it, especially on days where I'm breaking out and I need to cover them. This wears so well. Studio lighting, outdoor lighting, flash photography. This is my best, like holy grail all in one. Whenever I need a good foundation, this is something I'll pack. The cushion of the year definitely goes to JUNGSAEMMOOL's Essential Skin Nude Cushion. I'm in the shade Light. I was thinking between this and the nude one, and actually I have been using the nude one for the most part of 2024 before I discovered this again. This is the #1 cushion foundation, Olive Young, again this year as well as 2023. So I was like, what's all the hype about? Because I've tried it before and I remembered I prefer the nude cover one because that one has fuller coverage. But this time I decided to go back again, and wow, I was so blown away because a thin layer is able to do amazing coverage and it's so easy to blend. There's no streaks, no creasing. Even though I crease around the sides of my nose very easily, this one I'm able to glide it on and throughout the day it's still not patchy. So the formula of this is amazing. I think she nailed the color tones for Asian skin tones, especially the yellowness. Highly recommend this, and I love the little textured area here for you to scrape off excess foundation if your puff takes on too much. Concealer. Definitely my KOSAS for my under eyes and all around the face for highlight if I want something really lightweight and thin but with coverage. NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer if I want something that has amazing shade range. I want a little bit of stretch, so especially for blemishes or like angry pimples, if I need my concealer to go double, triple layers, it will be my NARS. Setting powder. It's definitely my uemura Mopo Powder. This literally means moisture powder. If you crease or have dry skin, you need to give Mopo Powder a try because the powder is so fine. It has zero white cast, zero flashback. You can literally set your under eyes and the creases do not peek through. And it's not so heavy to the point that you can see the powder with your eyes. Like, it's just so well made. It was difficult to overthrow my Decote Marcel Wonders powder, but this did it. Finally, something that took over Marcel Wonders. The only thing is the packaging is like really big and bulky, so I'm still finding a way to kind of like bring it around with me. All over finishing powder for that ethereal glow from within. You know I'm gonna talk about my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This is a really beautiful, shimmery but ethereal glow type of powder. It's meant to finish off your makeup, so I like to use this on areas where I need a little bit more like shine, but not the glitter type of shine. My friends who crease under your eyes, you need the McGrath Labs Sublime Eye Powder. This powder is meant for your under eyes. I know it's like really bougie, but it's very fine. It's so fine that you can never overpowder. This helps to stop my under eyes from creasing. There's no additional color. I just love it. So yeah. Time for blush. I like to layer my blushes, so I have a lot of blushes to recommend. The first layer I will go in with is actually my JUNGSAEMMOOL Artist Eye Palette. This shade in particular, as you can see, it has hit pan, it fell on the floor, and it completely broke apart. That's how much I love it. This is also the best eyeshadow palette of 2024. I love the shade Orange Brown because it is actually picked up for me by JUNGSAEMMOOL herself. She said that I suit this color perfectly and I am a warm spring. If you're a warm spring, go for this. You will use every single shade in there, especially this shade. This color is just so beautiful on the cheeks and also on the eyes. It's got a very nice peachy coral type of color and it's matte. I also love the Holika, my fave infusing blush in the shade Sea Moon. As you can tell, it's a very baby pink shade. I love this for all over the cheeks to add volume, but at the same time add a little bit of subtle sweetness to my look. I love the brush that it comes with. It's actually a good brush that is fluffy, it's dense, and it's easy to control. For my liquid blushes this year, I love these two. It's so difficult to choose and I think they are very different, so hear me out. The first one is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. This one I use when I want that really wet and soft and healthy look that gives a little bit of sheen. It looks like I just ran like 1 kilometer. If I want something matte and I want very pigmented colors, I'll go in with my Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. This shade in particular, Bliss, is my favorite. As you can tell, I have a thing with this type of shades when it comes to blushes. And another blush lip eye thing like of 2024 would be Fui. They are so versatile. I love them, and this shade, Mai, is so pretty. I have it on my lips and on my cheeks today. The colors actually don't oxidize and they stay throughout the day from morning to night. It's a nice souffle velvet texture, so you get that softness without creasing, without the grease and oil, but at the same time it still feels not too drying. For my brows this year, I have been loving Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit, but actually I also really like the Precisely My Brow Detailer because that one really gives you very precise details. You can go in with every brush stroke very well. And Espoir's The Brow Mascara. This is the best brow mascara because I have very dark, deep bushy eyebrows, and sometimes I want to lighten them, but I don't want to bleach them. So especially this shade in particular, it is the shade Taupe. Okay, you can see the wand is really tiny and small, but the color is so opaque and it actually manages to cover my brow hairs. Eyeliner this year, Can Make Creamy Touch Liner. I think this needs no further introduction. It's affordable, it glides like a dream, it's opaque, it doesn't budge. There's so many shades to choose from. I love how fine and thin this is because it gives me so much control and I'm able to wing it out as well and go really close into my lash line. So I have like at least 5 on hand. Mascara this year, very difficult to choose because I've got 2. The first one is the 1028 Extend Curl Waterproof Mascara EX. This is what I'm wearing today together with some false lashes. I love this because it gives me the length and the right amount of volume, but it's able to separate out my lashes. It's not too clumpy and it's also waterproof, but I'm able to remove it with a normal eye makeup remover. It's not like your heroine make one where I literally take like half a day to get rid of the mascara. Even though it doesn't stay as like upright as the heroine make one, I'm okay with the trade-off because it's much easier to remove. Another discovery this year is the MKUP Giraffe Mascara. I actually don't like mini mascaras because I find that they do nothing for my like super fine Asian lashes, but this changed my mind because for some reason the formula is able to cling onto the lashes and it lengthens it so long. I look like a giraffe. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It's so good. The only downside is that there's very little product in this, so you do need like a lot of backups if you like to try this, but I highly recommend it for people who just want length. You don't want to build volume, you just want to build length. It gives you a very natural look, like if you try this. Aegyo I cannot live without drawing my Aegyo. So this is actually from Heroine Make. I have not seen this in Singapore. I've only purchased this every time I go to Korea, but out of all of the brands that I've tried, like Too Cool for School, this one by Heroine Make has the best in terms of usability. Like, it's super easy and creamy and very nice to glide. I also love the shade of the brown color. It is just nice for my skin tone. I'm a little bit more warm tone, so the shade of the taupe is just nice. And also I love the concealer part of it because I'm able to get a very good amount of products deposited without it breaking off, without it being way too light for my skin tone, and it doesn't have any shimmer. I don't understand why every single Aegyo pan in Korea needs to come with like a pearly shimmer, because not everyone wants pearly shimmers on their eyes, okay? AKA me. So if you're like me and you want to look for something that is kind of more matte, then go for this. And also, if you see it in Singapore, let me know. Contour, I've got 2. Of course, Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. This one is in the shade Amber Suede. I love this. I have been using this for years and it's still here. It's got the best balance of grip, best opacity, the best blendability. It also lasts very long. A little goes a super long way. Compared to Rare Beauty and Charlotte Tilbury and all of the other stick contours, this is the best for me because I find that if it's too melty and waxy, it gets very messy and I look muddy when it shifts to areas that I don't want to be contoured. Powder contour, nothing beats my JUNGSAEMMOOL. This is the Artist Face palette in contour. Just look at how large these 2 shades are. It's super simple to use. Lighter, darker, warmer, cooler. So I think she's got it all nailed down for you. The texture of the powder is also just right. It is not too opaque. So I love to pair it together with the contour brush from JUNGSAEMMOOL as well, and it's just so easy to just contour your entire face with it. Highly recommend it. And this one also comes with like a little hair color thing at the bottom. It's got a more waxy feel. It's not really a powder, so I feel that this as a hair cover up is not the best. It's just something I use just because it's there. highlighter that I love this year, it would be the Fenty Demi Glow. I think this is so underrated. The sheen, like, it's so soft. Like, this sheen is so high shine that you can see it from a mile away. A little goes a very long way, and you are able to get very precise with this. It's also very fine, so even if you look at it closely, you will see shimmer specks, but it's not like big chunks of glitter. As you know, I don't like big chunks of glitter. I feel like it wouldn't be on my face, but maybe on my eyes. Demi Glow is something for the a little bit more understated type of girl. I've got two other highlighters that I want to recommend. Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. This is a no-brainer. It's something that I'm wearing today. Go and give this a go. A small tube is all you need. Like, I seriously think the big tubes are, you're gonna take like 5 years to finish, because I take 1 whole year to finish a small tube like this. I prefer the champagne shade over the blush shade because I like to use this as a highlight rather than a blusher. And another one that I've recently picked up and added to my collection is the Glint Stick Highlighter. This one is a lot more understated, so I use this for like a larger area, and then I'll go in with my Charlotte Tilbury only on the points that I need. Compared to the Hints one, I actually prefer Glint a lot more because Hints is a little bit too wet and it always kind of like shifts my foundation. So this one actually doesn't do that for me. For lips, this is so difficult to narrow down because I own literally so many different lipsticks. So I would kind of just narrow it down to the lipsticks that I use the most throughout this year. First up, this one is a beautiful MLBB shade that gives you a nice shine and it makes your lips look so kissable. The only downside is that it's not even a stain. It doesn't even leave a stain. So even though it's not a perfect lipstick, I still reach out for it a lot because it gives me color. It's very easy to apply. The color is so sheer and it hydrates my lips. The next one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Velvet. This one actually reminds me of a very OG like Kylie Cosmetics type of lipstick. It's very opaque, but at the same time it's velvety, so it's able to stick onto your lips without it feeling way too dry. I love this shade in particular called Kiss. As you can tell, it's very pale, but I love to use this as a lip base. Concealer on my lips just make me look like death and it settles into my lip lines a lot. So I have been using this as that to kind of prime my lips. So I put on a nice coat of lipstick on top of it and it looks like much more vibrant and nicer. I've got, of course, my Fui Pots. Okay, so this one I use it for my lips a lot as well. And I also have been obsessed with the Etudes Fixing Tint. This shade in particular, the shade Chilling Red. It looks very red, but I just use a tiny bit. And this is the type of shade that brightens up my complexion a lot. And then last but not least, the KOSAS Wet Lip Oil. I love this as a lip topper. This shade in particular called Unbutton. You can see the shine that it gives is just really unreal. Of course, it doesn't leave a stain and it doesn't last as well, but I have been loving this. I think it's so underrated. Like, it gives you a wet look. That is it for my best of 2024 makeup edition. I hope you guys liked this video and share with me your favorites as well. I'm also running a giveaway in my previous video, the skincare edition one, so please go and join over there. I'll see you in 2025.